Hey guys, it's me, Lord of Time 23, and I'm here with episode 3 of our Sims 4 tutorial series. So last episode, as you can see, this is what we built as just a quick basic build, trying to get you guys to understand, just literally putting up walls, adding some windows and doors, just the quick little stuff so that your sim has somewhere to live while you're slowly learning how to do more of the build more options. So let's jump right into it. For today, what I wanted to focus on more was adding a second floor to the house that we've already built, and just to show you guys how your Sims can access it too with either stairs or ladders. Maybe making the foundation on our house a little bit bigger, just so that I can show you the stairs on the outside as well. And then I wanted to get more into the basement. I figured since we're making a second floor, why not make a basement at the same time? So we did build this last episode and then I never came back to it. So we will finish that up this time, and I'll show you how to put the stairs in down here as well, just so that you can access it from your main floor. Same thing, so your Sims can actually use the room. And then the last thing I'm going to go over is the pool and fountain options that you can see over here. The only reason I wanted to put this in the same episode is because when you place pools and fountains, it can affect either your basements, or if you put it too close to a house or something, or maybe change the terrain, it could affect all of those things. So I figured it's a quick thing I can show you. I might as well tag it in with this too. So let's get right into it. I already said that, but we'll actually do it now. So I'm going to get rid of the roofs that we did last time by clicking on them, and you can see they're selected because first of all, this will come up, the roof is outlined and all of these arrows show up. So we're just going to hit delete for now. And the windows stayed there because I do have that BB move objects cheat on. So whenever you have that on, you can place anything off of the grid. If the cheat was off, then the windows would have deleted with the room with the roof, sorry, because they are the same item that's been attached at that point. So plain and simple, as you can see, we have our main floor here that we built last episode, and all I'm going to do is go up to this arrow here and click up, and now we are on the second floor of our house. You can tell that it is the second floor too because you can see that the grid has now moved on top of the house and it's not on the grass because this is the layer that you're currently on. So we're just going to go ahead back to our walls and add a square on here. You literally can make it whatever size you want, or if you only want part of the second floor and you could do all of this with roofs instead, you're more than welcome to do that. But I'm just going to make it like this for now. So as you can see by doing that, now we have a second floor. If I click the up floor again, you can make another floor. I think you can go up to, I want to say 4 or 5 floors before it will limit you. And same with the basement, you can keep going down and down and down for more levels of a basement, which the basement one I tend to use whenever I play vampires, just because, I don't know, you want them to have like a cave underground kind of thing, so I'll make like 2 or 3 layers of a basement. But for now, we're just going to stick to one of each type. So we already have our basement down underneath, now a main floor and a second floor. So I'm going to take our eyedropper tool here and grab the same brick that we used on the main floor and put it up top. And I am actually going to change this cobblestone that I put here because afterwards I was watching the video back when I was editing it and it just, I don't know, bothered me that it was there because it didn't match at all. So I feel like even just a plain concrete will do the trick. I'm not going to do this part up, like you can, I guess, but I'm not going to do this part up here just because it's going to be covered by a roof anyways, so there's no point in having flooring there, especially if you are building with a budget kind of thing. Like I do have a lot of money on the sim, but you don't want to be wasting money unnecessarily if you have a budget or your sim doesn't have a lot of money. So now that we have the second floor here, I'm just going to go ahead and add roofs back on top. So I'm going to leave, actually maybe we'll do that one a little different this time, the top roof. I'm going to put this here, and you can see, same as the walls, when you select this, you have the tools here that you are able to manipulate and move the roof. We're just going to line it up there. Maybe I should do more of a porch. No, we'll bring this over to the columns that I've previously made, and we'll grab this type of roof here. So this one is just literally an angle. So if I place it, you can see the walls there. It's half of this type of roof, more or less. So I'm just going to move it again and put it up here. Line it up with this spot. And just kind of flatten it out there. And you can see here, after I place that roof down, the paneling, just like the walls when you first placed the walls, is showing. So we're just going to copy the brick again. And you can use this tool to turn to if you're still holding an item or anything. We'll do the front roof. And this one will already be done because this is all one roof piece. So you're not going to have to go around to each side with the roofs or hold the shift button or anything. As soon as you select one of these and just hover anywhere over the roof, it will literally do this whole part for you automatically. Clicking on the roof here, if you can see these little side parts are sticking out a lot, that's what these arrows here will be for. So we're just going to pull to the side, and it kind of lines up with the house a little bit better. And let's add a trim on. I know I'm going kind of quick with the roofs right now, but like I said, I am going to do another tutorial for them just to get into the really big details, because there's a lot of tricks you can do for roofing. This doesn't even exactly look the best, but I'm just trying to show you something quick so we can get this second floor on here. So we'll do the top now. Go back to our roofing options. So I did do the front with this type of roof, so we're going to switch it up and we're going to put the type of roof with all four sides covered up here. And same thing, we'll just drag it. Easy to click the wrong things. And I'm going to lower it a little bit. And like same thing as down here, how I brought these pieces in, I'm going to bring the whole edge of this one outwards. Just the top roof you kind of want to look a little bit bigger. I'll do a quick look around here. I know it does look a little odd because we don't have any windows here yet, but I'll add some before we move on to the next step. So there we go. We have our second story on with the roofs on. Let's just change the pattern to, we'll put it back to the one that I had before. I like this green roof. So there we go. Oh, I didn't add the trim to the top part too. Sorry, I'm slowly realizing things as I'm putting stuff on. So we'll just add some quick windows. I usually try to go for the same windows that I would have used on one floor. I'll use the same ones on the other. Just because you don't want, I don't know, things to get too mixed around, or if you have too much going on, it can be a bit too much sometimes. So we'll add those like that. We have 2 on the back there, so maybe even, no, we'll put 3. Depending on what kind of house I'm making, like I fiddle with the windows a ton. Probably never happy with them once I place them too, but you can literally move them into any spot that you wanted. So if like you wanted this type of window that had 2 panels, you could scroll down and you could find one. There are so many different window options. I'm just picking the basic ones quickly, just to kind of show you how to get them down. I don't like the look of that. We have to add at least one more window there. Oh no, I can't find the one. If you ever run into that where you lose track of where you are on the list, just use the copy tool. It's so much easier. Oh, there we go. We got some windows down in our house. I'm gonna add something on that top part too. You'll find too when you're building that it's a lot of just fiddling with stuff and trying to see what looks right, what you like. There's so many times where I've even uploaded houses to the gallery and I'll notice afterwards I didn't like how the roof looked, or one of the windows is slightly off, and I'll take it off and fix it and put it back up there. But you just play around with it until if you see something, you can always jump right back into build mode and fix it. But there we go. We have a basic 2-story house now, and we'll go down to the, actually we'll add some paint on the inside upstairs since we already did that there. If you remember last episode too, I mentioned that I put the lights in right away in every room. But just to show you, during the daytime, if you don't want to add lights to your room right away just because you don't want to deal with deleting them later, I mean, the natural light from the windows still gives you plenty of light. The brightness level really isn't much different from doing it that way. I just prefer to put the lights in because usually I wouldn't put two big windows in a bathroom. I would just, a lot of the times I don't have windows in my bathroom, so having a light in that kind of room's good just because otherwise it's going to be pitch black. So we're going to go down to the basement quick. I always do this, you don't have to, but I usually like to put some sort of exterior on my basement walls, just because if I have my walls up and I come down, it just looks nicer than having random drywall there. And we will put the blue in the basement. Let's add some random floor in there too. Sure, why not? And actually, I should have used this example. I would want to use the lights for a basement because obviously you can't get windows down there. So there we go. We have our basement, main floor, second floor, and roof. So let's get some stairs in here and I'll show you your Sims are able to use all of the rooms and put furniture in all of the rooms. So the trick to stairs is, if you noticed, I placed all of my squares one on top of each other, just because I know that I'm going to try to show you how to place the stairs. So you have to think of that when you're making multiple floors, like wherever your stairs are going to come up, you need to take into account. And it's a pretty good amount of square space when it happens. So quickly, I'm just going to put any staircase here and show you the tool options on it. So same as the roofs, the walls, if you select a room, so on and so forth, you have the turn tools, the move tool, and the copy tool. That's on pretty much anything that you grab, the room, the roof, so on and so forth. And then you have your arrows. If you wanted to make it 2 stairs wide, you could literally go all over across the lot. We'll keep it 1. And then this tool here can be used to turn your stairs, and you can either turn it 1 or go all the way around. So we'll leave it like that. And then once you have the stairs turned, you'll get these 2 options here. So this one here would be to basically just flip it around again. So you could put it back the way it was. You could go the other way, bring it back so it's this shape instead of just sideways. And then you see this arrow is now shown up too. This one is used to make the center, like the turning point on the stair, higher or lower. So you could leave it, this is the lowest point. You can basically tell by the amount of squares. Everything's in grids for this. So if I move up 1, now this goes out 1, so you have it 2 instead of 1. But your 1's up here. So no matter what, it's 3 squares of stairs. Oh, sorry, 4 technically, because we have the middle landing here. It's just dispersed differently when you're placing the stairs. So we'll just move this staircase just like this. We'll put it like that. So now that I've placed it in the house, if I do try to move it again, you can see that it won't let you put it through walls, or if there's something in the way, it won't let you do it. And even BB Move Objects cheat won't fix that. Stairs are stubborn. They're going to go where they have to go. They won't let you manipulate it any more than that. So as you can see here, we have our stairs placed. And if you didn't like this staircase, say you wanted to change the color, you can't do it with stairs. I don't know why they made it that way. If you wanted to have the same stairs but a different color, you would go to your tool here, go to the color palette, pick whatever one you want, and stairs have this nice feature where I can just take this random staircase and hover over it, and it will automatically replace it. So you don't have to worry about like taking the stairs out, deleting them because you put the wrong color down or the shade doesn't match. You can literally do it with any type of staircase. Just hover and go over it, and it will give you the opposite option. Just add one that matches the green a little bit better. So there we go. That's putting the stairs on the main floor. So now I'm going to go up to the second floor where the top of the stairs would be. And as you can see, it leaves us an L shape in the floor. So if I didn't manipulate the stairs at all and just kept them straight, it takes up 4 squares going across. So like I said, no matter what, it's 4 squares. It's just depending how you have your staircase placed, the 4 squares could be in different spots. So having them here, knowing this is a second floor too, I would most likely put like a wall on this side, so that takes care of the one side of the staircase. And then for this part, I would probably just put a fence. Just pick a basic one for now, just because it looks more like a railing to a staircase. So I don't know, say this is one big room here at the top of the stairs, and then you have another little room here. We could manipulate the wall too to come out to, let's say here, use our delete tool, get rid of just those 2 walls. So now the room is more of an L shape. The top of the stairs brings you here. You could have, let's say, a sitting area here with these nice double windows, bookshelves on either side, and have the door to the bedroom here. Obviously this is all, you can change any of it, but that's usually how I end up building. Like, I'll build the outside of a house shape that I like, and then I always add whatever stairs or ladders that I need to first, same with windows, and then I'll start adding the interior walls on the inside, just so that you're starting out with your basic house and you can build your layout after that. Don't try to focus too much on the layout of the house first. I mean, you can, but I find that trying to make a certain layout work and then figuring out the outside afterwards can be annoying, especially when it comes to roofing or just trying to make the outside look nice. Like, I find, make your outside look nice first, get the outside how you want it, and then you can figure out a layout. You might have to change these walls 5 times, but I suggest doing it that way. So now that we have this, I'll show you our sim going upstairs quickly, just to show you that the stairs actually work. I'll go into live mode. I should have added railings on here, but I'll show you how to do that in a second. So our sim hasn't even come in the house yet, so let's get her to just literally go to the center. I never added a bathroom door. Well, we don't have plumbing yet anyways, so there we go. Our sim has now entered her house for the first time. As you can see, I just clicked the ground, so wherever you would want your sim to go, you can click and just go here. So I'm going to go upstairs and bring her here. Now, so we can watch, I'm going to right click on her and the camera will follow her. Mortimer Goth's trying to call us. And now we are on our newly built second floor. I have the Dust the Bus kit installed, so she's happy that's what all these sparkles are. She's happy that she doesn't have to deal with dust and the room smells clean. So I've already paused it. I'm going to go back into build mode, so we are going to bring her out here quickly. I was going to do the cheat to teleport, but I'm going to get into cheats later, so I'll just have her quickly run downstairs. There we go. And we will go back into build mode. So quickly, I'm just going to add the paint to both of these, click and shift, and then we'll add the floor. There we go. And downstairs, so we have our staircase here. Some of the stairs you are able to change what, like this wouldn't just be white, because I usually like to match it to my house. So unfortunately on here it doesn't actually show you the underside of the stairs. Some come with them, some come with preset ones. Like this one, for an example, doesn't have an under to the stairs at all. I know for a fact though that these two definitely do, so I'm just going to grab the green one. So we're just going to go to our walls then, grab this, and I can literally paint that as well, which is really handy because if you're trying to build and then, I don't know, you have a staircase that has an ugly underneath, it just doesn't fit, it doesn't tie into the room. So this way you can kind of like camouflage the stairs, or if you didn't like the look of the stairs just out like that, you could take the walls and actually block that off as a whole wall. Same with all the way along the stairs. Oops. You just can't do it like where the stairs would be blocked off. If you saw when I went across there, it turned yellow. Anything that turns yellow while you're trying to build, it will delete it automatically. So we're just going to get rid of these walls because I want to show you. We'll leave that back one so we can put the full wall there. But I wanted to show you adding railings to the stairs too before I move on quickly. So right here next to our stair button, you can see that there's a railing option. And most of the railings here will match most of the fences. And there's usually pretty much for the most part a gate for every fence. So we'll go to the railing. And I know we use this railing upstairs, or no, this one. So we'll just do it to match. And all you have to do is click whatever one you want. You can change the color. There's a color palette for everything pretty much. And then just hover over the stairs, click, and it will automatically apply the railing to it. And if you go upstairs, you can see it within the railing. But if I didn't have a piece of fence there, it looks kind of odd how you have that down part and then just a fence on the side. So I usually still put that there even though it has it. And I don't know, I just pretend it's not there, I guess. While we're at this quickly too, I'm just going to add some doors on the inside. I know I'm using stuff from a lot of different packs, but it's just because I'm trying to grab stuff quickly. So you'll see what options you have in your build option depending on what packs you have installed. So there we go. For the most part, we have the layout of our house done. We have stairs there. Stairs going upstairs, and before I forget about the basement, I am going to add stairs down there too. Maybe I'll add the stairs from the basement there, so I'm just going to move this door to that edge there. So once again, working on a grid pattern. So we're going to add our basement in here, and like I said, I did the basement the same size as this because once you're in the basement, you can't see where the upstairs is as easily. So we'll just go to the stairs quick, grab the same ones. Now see, everything is red except you go over here. That would most likely be because it's either off reaching the lot or there's a wall upstairs that's in our way. Also, the base of the stairs can't be directly touching this wall because your Sims need to be able to step up somewhere. So we'll... maybe if we go this way. There we go. So stairs you'll just kind of have to fiddle with. It's not perfect by any means. There we go. We'll leave it on the side there. So when we go up... oh, that's not going to work. Our front door is there. Maybe I should turn BB Move Objects off. Okay. Stairs can be so frustrating to place. Maybe there? Yeah, that kind of works. I guess you come down these ones and you go there. I mean, this is just a quick layout. I'm not going to be, I shouldn't be too nitpicky about it. So I'm going to grab our eyedropper, just copy the railings I've already used. You want your house to match. I mean, switch it up if you want, but I match everything. And then I'm going to add the same railing. Or once again, if I didn't want the railing, I could just do the wall. Maybe I'll do a wall for this. So it's kind of like a little bit of a different room. Make sure everything's painted. So there we go. Basic layout. She can go upstairs. She can go downstairs. We'll bring her downstairs quick once again like I did upstairs just to show you that the function works. Let her walk her way down there. It's cute too, like when you have toddlers and everything, your toddlers will walk downstairs or they kind of like crawl downstairs, I guess. It's really cute to watch them go down. Once again, she's happy that it's not dusty. The more we build here, eventually there's going to be dust, so she won't react nearly as well when she comes into some of these rooms. But there we go. So we have our basement, and it's accessible, our main floor, which was always accessible, and then our upstairs, which is also accessible now. So now the last quick things I'm going to show you, and and they're not very difficult, so I wasn't going to make a whole video for just those two things on their own, are the pool and fountain options. So we'll go back to build mode quickly, and we're going to go right down to this button here. You can hover over any of these to see a name for what you're going into before you click it, but pool and fountains. The only reason I wanted to show you, like I said before, is because if I'm building a pool right beside my house, it's totally fine, you can do it. But when I go down in the basement, it looks like a room in your basement. So you have to be wary of where you're placing the pools. The cool thing about this though is I've done this for kind of an aquatic looking build, especially if you want to get island living and have the mermaids. They love to swim, like they'll sleep and live in your pool pretty much if you have one. So what I'll do is I'll add windows to the side, and then you can actually see in the pool. I have BB move objects off right now, so I can't put it at the stairs, but usually you could. And I would have an open staircase instead of this one, and you can actually look in the pool, same as, you know, looking through a window inside of a house, which is cool. You can see your Sims swimming around, or if you're on I think there's a bar in one of the towns, or maybe a nightclub or something, where they have a pool there and there's windows all around it. There's a few houses that are already built in The Sims that have that kind of feature too. But since we're down here now, I might as well show you, because it looks like a room. You can also change the floors and walls of pools. So I don't know, we'll just add a random one. This house is starting to look pretty cheesy. And we'll take this dark one just to show you that there's a difference. So then when you go upstairs, you can see that your pool now has a different floor and the walls are darker on it. So, I mean, you can make it match your house a little bit more, make it look a little nicer, make it look like it fits so it's not so obnoxious and blue. So going back to the pool option quickly, if you look at our options down here, you can see that it's very similar to the wall tool. So you have the square, this is the pinpoint one like I showed you with the other wall, and then we have a diagonal square that you could add right off the hop, a tiny square. These are good for if you're I don't know, trying to put like a little island in the middle of plants. You can just kind of quickly plop these around. You get a diagonal one, which you can build off of. So you would just pull this. I find it easier to do this if you're doing a diagonal pool. And then you can get a preset octagon pool, which same thing, you can pull, manipulate to make a little bit bigger. If you do drag two pools with each other, they'll actually join one another, which is kind of cool because you can, I don't know, put a bunch of random shapes if you really wanted to. So we'll just leave it the normal rectangle pool that we have there now. And then going down our pool list, we have pool trim. So it's kind of similar to the premise of this kind of trim. So you could take this, we'll just pick a random one and put that on. This one's flat to the ground, just get a basic one. This one is thicker. These ones all pretty much come with packs, except for you just get this multicolored regular one with base game. And then we have our next option here, which is our fountain tool. So fountains, all of these are the same. You can build them the same as pools. The only difference is this one you can swim in, and this one you can't swim in. It's just very shallow. And then if I go down to the basement though, it still takes up space as if it were a room. If you level it off, you can see that it's the same level. So you wouldn't be able to build a basement underneath of it just because you have that occupying that space. That's why the grid's gone there. So that's why I wanted to once again show this in the same video, just so if you're trying to build basements and then your pools aren't working for some reason, this is most likely why. If your basement's down there, you can't put either of these items there. They'll conflict with each other and you can't get around it using the BB move objects cheat. And then anyway, so fountains, we have the same thing here where you can go to the trims and add whatever trim to it. Fountains can be fun too because you can go right up to this outdoor water decor option, and there's a lot of things in here for ponds, which I'm going to get into ponds later as well. But if you go to this little log here, it says outdoor water decor. You could take any of these water options and add them to your fountains or your pools. And you could do it to ponds too, that's why they're also here. But like I said, I'm going to show you ponds later. I always end up going for a different pool water than just the normal one that's here, which is this one. Because I don't know, this one always looks too blue to me. I don't like it. Like even this one's a little bit darker. But those are fun to play around with. You can, I don't know, if you're making like a lily fountain with like a cute, you know, little flower decoration in the middle or something. You add the petal one. You can add the little leaf one if you have like a tree right above it. It's kind of a nice feature. The next button here would be pond objects. So you can add these into fountains as well, and pools, either or. But, oh, you can't use all of them, obviously. I don't think you can use the new animal traits in them either. But then these are more for pools and fountains. If you hover over it, it actually says fountain decorations. So these things would be more for fountains, whereas these would be more for ponds. But you can use some of these in your fountains, some in pools, but not all of them. So you're just going to have to play around and see what items that might work in there. So for this, we'll add a cute little, I don't know, fountain piece. And if I actually go into play mode quickly, you can see how the fountain plays out. So this one just happens to be a little splash there, but there's tons of different options for what fountain pieces you might want. So as you can see, there's different angles, different things. There's some that are grouped together. You can add these little things on the bottom for decorations. The turtle ones are cute. I usually put them at the bottom of my pools. Or like there's fun little fountain things here, like this orb or a little frog if you're making more of like a fairy tale place. So definitely these are fun to use if you're making fountains. I don't use the fountains a ton unless I'm making community lots. I just find a lot of people don't have fountains at their house, I guess, or at least most of the people that I know. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. This next option, so we have our pond, our fountain, and now our pool objects. So pool objects, same thing. Some of these would probably fit in the fountain, but you can get things that like either float on top, like floaties or the candles. These kind of things will be like bubbles on the bottom. So when you go into live mode, you'll actually see bubbles coming up in the top of your pool there. So it gives it kind of more of a realistic look, or maybe that it's heated. That'd be nice. So get rid of that quick. And then the other things that are here would be your ladders, which in Sims 3, if your pool didn't have a ladder on it, your sim could not figure out how to get out of it and unfortunately would drown. But in Sims 4, even if you don't have the ladders on the side, they are still able to crawl out of the pool, so you don't have to worry about your sim just randomly drowning in there. It can still happen though. But you don't have to worry about it because you didn't place a ladder or you forgot to put one. You can also put things like diving boards, more pool floaties. These come with the Island Living Pack. They give you a lot of the water feature stuff in the Island Living Pack. And then you can also add lights either to the floor or to the side of your pool. And then at night, your pool will now light up so it's not pitch black outside. Same thing, you can add lights to like the front of the house here and stuff. I know I don't have any on there right now. We'll add some quick because I'm going to wrap up this video. Let's put these ones, I use them a lot. So there we go, we'll go back to daytime. I maybe should have put the pool in the backyard instead of just off to the side of the house. But once again, I can pick anything up and move it if I want to. Oh, here, we'll set it back here. For now, maybe eventually I'll end up putting a deck on the back too. I'll get more into that in another video maybe, but I'm for sure going to be doing another one for the roofing just because it can be so tedious. I'm going to get more into the terrain tools here. After my roofing video, just all the different options that you can do here. It can be very difficult to get the hang of. It took me a long time to get used to terrain tools, but I'm slowly getting better at them, I guess. I'm still not the best, but I definitely know enough to show you guys since you're new to it. So I'm going to do that after my roofing video. So keep your eyes peeled for the next episodes of this series to come out. I still have plenty of them planned to go. For some of you, this might be basic understanding stuff, but I know when I first started Sims, just a lot of things were overwhelming. So I really hope these videos are helping some of you guys out. If you do have any requests for new videos, or if there's anything in particular that you were curious about, just leave a comment down below, and I'll probably answer your comment too. But whatever videos you request, I have no problem making them. I had fun making it. I'd like to show other people how to play Sims. It's something that I really like to do, and I love getting other people into it. So like I said, if you have any other questions, just leave a comment on the video. Please like and subscribe, or you are more than welcome to DM me on my Simsta page. I'm also Lord of Time 23 on there and on Twitter too, so you can even check out some of my builds. Maybe we'll give you guys some inspiration for what you want to build next. But I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.